Today is Super Bowl Sunday right here in America, friends, and we've got an enormous game on the schedule, a truly massive matchup, followed by a high-profile halftime performance with Kid Rock at Turning Point USA. Honestly, though, most people probably won't bother tuning in for it. But in this latest breaking update from Laura Ingraham Reports, we're starting with something entirely new, the very first annual Pedo pregame special. Believe me when I say you're going to want to stick around for this one. I give you my word. I'll walk you through that pedo-focused pregame coverage in just a moment, right after these quick messages. Take a second to hear this. Speaker Johnson appears to be protecting people tied to child exploitation. Are you following what's going on here? Precisely. In this setup, Speaker Johnson is playing the tight end position. Now, what exactly is contained in this supposed final release? It's important to point out that these files were made public more than 40 days beyond the Justice Department's legal deadline. And make no mistake, we've put together a genuine all-star roster for our pedo pregame segment. The millions upon millions of pages tied to Jeffrey Epstein lay bare the influential men who once moved in the orbit of that notorious sex offender. Sure, Donald Trump supposedly had zero connection to him, correct? And in case this hasn't reached you yet, the headline wide receiver for our pedo pregame team is this gentleman right here. That lineup includes those well-known photographs of former Prince Andrew down on all fours above an unidentified woman lying on the floor. Queen Elizabeth's son has firmly denied any involvement in wrongdoing, but Britain's Prime Minister Keir Starmer has publicly called for him to testify in front of Congress. After an unfortunate setback sidelining Bill Clinton, we now have this new wide receiver stepping into the role. And this appears to be an email sent by Elon Musk to Epstein in 2012 asking which night would host the most outrageous party on the island. That message went out 4 full years after Epstein had already pleaded guilty to soliciting a minor for prostitution. Musk, who has consistently demanded the full release of any Epstein client list, continues to insist he did nothing wrong. The newly released records also confirm that Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick organized a trip to Epstein's private island. Following that visit, Epstein sent him a simple follow-up, "Pleased to see you." And who owns and runs our impressive pedo pregame production? It might very well be this individual. Other messages show New York Giants co-owner Steve Tisch reaching out to Epstein for introductions to women. In a May 2013 email, Epstein invited Tisch for a late-night visit to his estate. Tisch's reply was direct. "Am I walking into any trouble here?" And of course, anchoring the lineup at quarterback with the most impressive stats and the highest number of mentions across the entire group, you already know who it is, our one-of-a-kind star. Here he is. President Trump has repeatedly stated that he personally banned Epstein from his Mar-a-Lago property and cut off all contact with him roughly 20 years ago. Even though the fresh documents mention Trump hundreds of times, he maintains they only strengthen his position and clear him completely. Yes, this is the developing story where the WAN team came together to create a powerful video and place Donald Trump right alongside the Epstein files on a giant billboard. Just look at this. That is masterfully done. And I'd be willing to bet that far more Americans will actually see that billboard and watch that video shared across social media starting right here than will ever sit through the halftime show with Kid Rock and the rest at Turning Point USA. Like and share this clip. Spread it everywhere you can. I'm convinced the numbers will prove me right, even if we can't officially count or cash in on the wager. Why do I say that? Because you become what you consume and the people you surround yourself with. And if anyone still thinks all these multimillionaires and power players who travel by private jet don't know one another, think again. They've been connected for decades. Their fathers knew each other, their grandfathers before them. It's an extremely tight, exclusive network. And Jeffrey Epstein sat at the center of that web, linked to every single one of them. That's exactly why the effort to bring the full truth to light has stretched on for nearly 30 years now. Everyone, I hope you have an outstanding Super Bowl Sunday. If you're watching the game, enjoy every minute of it. If you're skipping it, no problem. Go do something enjoyable and keep smiling. But above all, stay sharp and stay vigilant. Point forward, fast.